Yo, what's up, guys? I'm going to be recording a video on a frame that I did not say I was going to be making a video for anytime soon, and that is going to be Volt. If we take a look at my usage stats, Volt is my most used frame for a lot of reasons. Volt is good at Eidolons, Volt is good at ESO, and Volt is fun to play. IMO. Um, you would assume he's my favorite frame. I don't really know if I have a favorite frame. But he's definitely up there. And Amir just made me love Volt even more. I think Amir's a really awesome character. And in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing a weapon with Volt. And we're also going to be talking about my go-to Helminth option. And this is going to be for mainly Steel Path gameplay. If you guys are interested in seeing my Eidolon builds, I can. You guys can just ask for it in the comments, and I'll upload it to an Overframe. Or what is the name of that website? It is Overframe, right? The build website. I'm like drawing a blank here. I can go ahead and upload builds to that, and I can just share them in the comments. But what we're mainly talking about today, we might do a bigger deep dive Volt video in the future, just talking more about him and everything. But main thing today is going to be my Steel Path kind of everything build. I mean, honestly, this build can do anything perfectly fine just because he's just extremely strong. But this is going to be mainly for just kind of Steel Path and endurance stuff. But there's no reason why this can't do everything well. Okay, let's get into the build here immediately. Not really going to discuss abilities too much in this video. This is going to be kind of for people that already know about Volt. I will touch on some stuff like what every ability's doing a little bit, but I'm not really going to talk too much for synergies and stuff. So, this Volt build is a long culmination. So, I have two Volts. A lot of formas across these, a lot of different builds that I've used throughout the years. This is kind of my general play Volt, and the other one's my Eidolon Volt. And this also, I think, has my ESO build. Negative. Does not have an ESO build. But this is the build I'm using currently. This is a build that I have made within the past month. Uh, because I've been recently understanding how incredible Evade is. Like, Evade brings survivability to so many frames that, or brings a way to not build for survivability, especially on frames that don't really benefit too much from building survivability. Not that Volt doesn't, because Volt does have this augment that allows you to build up your shields with your fourth ability. Do I even have a build? Yeah. Capacitance. This allows you to convert damage into shields. So like it's like nice for shield regeneration. You could absolutely do like a shield tanking build with that, but this for me works the best and it's what I enjoy the most. So that's what I'm going to show off in today's video. Uh, so we are replacing the fourth ability with Evade. That is allowing us to have a lot more comfortable mods and just fun mods like Amar's Anguish and Rush. We are once again going for Combat Discipline Avenger, just because it is my favorite mods in the game. We have Arcane Crepuscular here for crit damage, final crit damage, and 30% ability strength while invisible. Good news, we're going to be invisible always with Evade. Also, we don't really have to worry about Combat Discipline level. Matter of fact, just for the video, we'll do this for you guys just to show you. There's no reason to worry about this at all because you are going to heal for every headshot kill that you get, and you heal a lot. If you look, you heal 230 HP. So if you don't get a couple headshot kills, like I mean, gosh, you can get 23 kills and be completely fine, and you'll be able to recover it all in one shot. A little bit more too, because we're not talking about the little bit of strength from Crepuscular. So moving on from that, we are using Prime Sure-Footed on this build. Bolt does not have any source of knockdown immunity with any of his abilities, so this is kind of a no-brainer for me if you guys don't have it. I believe that we've talked about this in past videos, but an alternate route of knockdown immunity that you could use is by using either Handspring for quicker recovery from knockdown, but you could just go for fully knockdown immune if you use Sure-Footed plus Constitution And there's one more that gives 40% as well, but I recommend Constitution because you can replace continuity with this. So let's just kind of imagine that this is right here. So this has 28% ability duration. And I can imagine if you're in the place where you're wanting to build this Volt build, you're probably in a place where you can get Archon Shards. So this build I'm showcasing today is not using any Archon Shards. So you have complete liberty on that. Like complete liberty on Archon Shards. I would recommend a casting speed shard, but I mean, as you guys can see, I use Volt a lot and I don't even have one on him. So that allows you to use Constitution for full knockdown immunity, and you can supplement the loss in duration by just using 3 red shards or 2 Tauforge red shards. And I think that's perfect. Like, I, people might say that's copium. I don't really think so. You get what? You can get like, how many shards a week are we getting at this point? So we got 1 from the calendar. You got 4 possible chances from both different Archimedias. So that's like, I think you get like a chance at like 12 every month. I mean, every week. Obviously, you're not getting that many, but I think you can at least average. You're guaranteed 3 a week. 1 from Bird 3, 1 from the Archon Hunt, 1 from the calendar. Then there's like the 4 chances from both Archimedias, and then you have the Netracell. So I guess that's like 13. I don't know. It's crazy. I think everybody's got Archon Shards right now, and if you think this build looks awesome and you want knockdown immunity, dude, I would absolutely invest the 3 shards into him or the 2 Tauforge. Okay. Moving on from that, because that's a little bit of a gap. That was like 3 minutes, whatever. Let's move back to what I had on the build, personally, because I have Prime Sure-Footed, and if you guys don't have it, there you go. There's a route of getting knockdown immunity fully. But we are using Equilibrium. Equilibrium is here for comfort. If you do not have Equilibrium, like if you don't have it on this build, you're just not going to have too much of a comfortable time when it comes to energy. This is what was most comfortable for me personally. And I'm not even using Prime Flow because I personally feel like Volt's energy cap's completely fine, especially because his abilities are not really that expensive. Like for Shock, we're using 23 energy. This we're using 39 energy. This we're using 78, 77 energy. And this is our big expensive ability, but we're popping it hopefully once per mission. A lot of people talk about how like evade doesn't really work in squad play. Oh gosh, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. Um that's staying in. Completely unedited content, guys. That's the goal. That's the goal. Straight yap sessions. Okay. Um but I find that we don't need flow, so I just use equilibrium to help out with energy. And you can use synth mods to help out with orb generation even further, but I have zero problem with energy just using equilibrium in this build because of his decent uh, base energy max. We are using Amar's Anguish. If you want to use flow here, absolutely can. Or you could use it here. These are our literal fun mods. We just have 2 fun mods because Volt is just that flexible. If you want to build more ability strength, go for it. If you want to put more run speed on over combat discipline, go for it. I mean, shoot, if you don't want to use Prime Surefoot and build more run speed or like slide speed, go for it. Volt is incredibly fun when you build him to run quickly and to go through missions quickly. I am going to say something controversial. I hate Titania. I really do. The fact that she can't like interact with things when she's in her 4, uh, kind of frustrating. And everybody's like, oh, use Razor Wing Blitz to go quicker. Bro, I have a straight stroke trying to play with that. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I just be flying into walls and like I want to start like crying because how much it makes me mad. Uh, but yeah, not for me. We are using 1 augment on this build. It is Shock Trooper. This and all of the like kind of imbuement augments are just literally incredible. This is now that it doesn't combine with your modded elementals and it's just flat. Oh my gosh, you can do some really crazy things. It is so strong. And electricity is one of the strongest DOTs in the game. The reason why I say that is because it can chain to nearby allies. It's just so good. There's a lot of really crazy ways you can use Shock Trooper. It's also his Helminth. Shock is his Helminth. Like, I'm going to showcase several builds in the future that Helminth Shock onto other frames. Working on one right now. But it's incredibly strong. This is going to be like modded electricity damage. So this is going to change the weighting of your elementals on your weapon. So you kind of want to use something where it's like you're not already like favoring the elemental values of a weapon. I mean, it's just going to increase the damage massively, as you guys can see. 230% damage here on this one. And that's before Archon Intensify, which procs from Evade and Crepuscular. So it's just going to be even stronger. It is ridiculous. Shock Trooper, one of the reasons why Volt is so goated. Let's talk about our next mod slot. We are using Prime Continuity. This is not just comfort. This is mandatory to keep up Evade if you are playing in a squad. If you're playing alone, need to have this. So this is just incredible. It also is going to help out so much with your shield and so much with your 2. The 2 has like stupidly low duration. I don't really understand why. I wish they buffed this base duration to like 20 seconds. I think it'd be a lot nicer. And I also wish they buffed the base range a little bit more. But, I mean, nah, maybe not. That's just because I'm stupid and I use narrow-minded and I don't buff my teammates. We're going to get to that. I'm using Archon Intensify on this build. It is absolutely best in slot strength mod because it is always going to be up because of Evade. We are using narrow-minded as well for more ability duration because, like I said, keeping up the 2 and also picking up the shield can be kind of tedious. So just like having a longer duration on that is nice. And also, I mean, gosh, look at our shock duration and look how much duration we're getting per kill. We're getting 5 seconds per weak point kill. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, that's a long time. That's a long time. Like, plenty of time. If you can't get like several kills stacked up in that amount of time, I mean, I don't know. Maybe try out a different Helminth on him. There's definitely other routes. If you want to go Nourish, you want to go Roar to buff Shock Trooper, absolutely can. And you could absolutely just take out probably his 1, I guess, and use Capacitance for building up survivability. But this is what works best for me. And that's kind of what this channel's about. So, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about his abilities a little bit. So we got 1 for Shock Trooper, crazy damage boost, crazy amounts of DOTs you're going to start seeing in this video because we're using high status weapons, high status beam weapons in particular. We're using the Quanta Vandal. I'm excited to show that off because that's a weird weapon that not a lot of people talk about. His 2 is crazy. So this is going to be a speed boost for your frame and your teammates. It's also going to boost your melee speed, and it's going to boost your reload speed. This is incredible. This turns Volt into a good melee frame. If you get your evade to max duration, there's nothing stopping you from just swinging around your melee for like 30 seconds. I mean, we got 38 seconds max, so yeah, you could just whip out your melee for 30 seconds and just go to town. It's nuts. And then let's talk about his shield. Oh my gosh, his shield is literally insane. Final crit multiplier of 100%. Crazy. And shooting through the shield gives, as you can see, 50% electrical damage. You can have up to 3 shields that you can shoot through. And that stacks per shield. So if you shoot through 3 shields, which is why you see people spam shields during Eidolons, you can get 150% extra damage. Like, guys, there's so much damage on Volt. And now having something more comfortable for survivability like Evade just turns him into a beast. So, yeah, that's Volt. We are using the Wyrm with Negate to cleanse statuses. I don't know why I do this. This is so stupid. There we go. Yeah, we're using the Wyrm for Negate on this build with Tenacious Bond to buff our final crit multiplier, which is really strong. We also have here Reinforced Bond, which is always active on Wyrm Prime, super strong. Manifold Bond buffs our revive time. Both of these do. So does this. Shield Charger buffs are shield regeneration speed. That's great. Just in case we do occasionally get shot. Calculated redirection for it, and for keeping itself up as well, we do have this because we're just reloading a lot. And vacuum. Okay. Negate, like I said, for status cleansing. I think I said that. We're using the Burst Laser Prime with mainly the Auger mods. This is going to help us shield gate just in case we catch some stray bullets. But if you silence your weapons, they're not even going to shoot at you because you're not going to have like a last known position. So I would highly recommend putting mods to silent your weapons on this build, or just using silent weapons in general. Only other mod on this that matters is a crit chance mod. You can absolutely use what is it called? Creeping Bullseye, and not have to use a Forma. I don't know why I did this. I'm stupid. But you can put this here, and as long as you get above that 50% crit chance, then you get to take advantage of Tenacious Bond. Let's get on to the Quanta Vandal. Here's our build for the Quanta Vandal. As I just suggested, I would use Hush here, or I would use Sinister Reach here. I do not have the mod capacity in this video, because this is a weapon I'm whipping out for the first time in 2,000 years. Just because I thought it'd be really fun for this video. Mainly because check out this thing's crit damage multiplier. It's really high, and so is its status, so spreading a lot of electricity status is going to be really easy. Don't really need to worry about our electricity amount on this weapon. It innately has electricity, so we can just mod stupid amounts of viral, and we can outsource all the electricity damage to our abilities. I don't like Riven. I love Rivens. I don't like Banes, so I'm using Rifle Elementalist for status damage. We are going for a little bit of a headshot build here because we're encouraged to do so anyways. So we do have Galvanized Scope, and what I mean by that is because of Evade. To keep up Evade, you do need headshots. We also have Punch Through to turn this into like a pseudo multi-target weapon. Crit damage, crit chance, and multi-shot. Pretty much the basics here. What I will say, I don't have a good roll for this because this is centuries old. Actually, the crazy thing, I think this is the very first Riven I ever purchased. I bought an unrolled one because I thought this weapon was awesome. I think this was my very first weapon I ever got from Barrow, and I watched like a Lazar video on it back in the day. Totally worth getting a Riven for this thing. They're cheap, and this thing has really high Riven disposition, so maybe check one of those out. And once again, touch on this. If you don't want to get shot at all, go ahead and throw Hush on here if you would like to extend the range of your beam, which honestly I don't think it's needed. This is not even doing that much. You already have 50 beam range, so I don't even know if I'd use Sinister Reach. I would absolutely just use Hush. We are using the Coda Dual Torxica. We showed this off in another video, but I'm going to use it in this video as well just because it's a really fun weapon, and I think it's fun on him. So here's the build for this video. And we are using the Hate Incarnon. The reason why we're using the Hate Incarnon in this video is this is a melee that shoots projectiles, and those projectiles can headshot. So you can actually keep up your evade with this. And it's extremely strong. Here's the build. I am using a Riven. This is not what this video this is not what this video is about. I'm not even going to show the Riven. I'm just going to tell you guys it has attack speed and range on it. If you need attack speed and range, I just showed it. Okay, that's crazy. If you need attack speed and range, I would probably not. Oh wait, look, we have Fury, guys. So you can just replace the Riven with range. It does have a Incarnon evolution that does boost its range, so you can go for that. Maybe you don't even need the mod range. It's up to you. Here's our evos that we're going for here. To kind of show off all of this. This was supposed to be a spotlight for the Quanta, but I guess the Hate's here too. I'm sorry, I forgot about the fact that I wanted to talk about this on this build. We are just doing Influence. Burning Hate, this is the augment for this weapon. This is so strong. So strong. Your Incarnon, it gives heat. So this is like always active. We are getting Electric from Shock Trooper. So we are getting heat and electric that is spreading with melee influence. And those have 200% status damage. So it's pretty crazy. And we also have stupid attack speed because of my ribbon having attack speed as well. So again, kind of show this off with a little bit of testing now. That's the whole build talked about. Here you go. Here's shield. Here's evade. Here is... We turn on shock trooper? We did not. This is every ability active. Also, we're using primary crux on this for personal preference. I'm kind of a fiend for primary crux. I don't know why. It's kind of because look at that status chance. You guys see these DOTs? Holy moly. Holy moly. This is a build anybody can do. Like, this is not hard to replicate. Look at that reload speed. My goodness. He's such a comfortable frame, man. Show off the hate. Okay. Unfortunately, they're already all dead. Gonna go ahead and spawn in a new group. Also, let's turn on their AI. I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, there's the hate throwing its projectiles. Absolutely nuking everything ever. Let's get a new shield up here because our duration's about to end with that. As you guys can see, you can get headshots with it, and that does allow you to keep up your evade. We actually just extended our duration right there. Even if you kill with the DOT, as long as the last shot was a headshot, it will extend the duration of your evade, just like that right there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Really amazing quality of life thing with evade. So you don't need to worry about if you're making DOT builds and killing with them. So, yeah, really, really nice. Hope I'm not spreading misinformation with that, but that's what I've noticed in my experience. Like, because like I don't think I killed with a headshot there. I'm pretty sure I'm killing with DOTs. And same with Quanta. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. DOTs count. Okay, cool. So that's the Volt build. Once again, we'll kind of go back over here. Using evade over our fourth as a survivability measure. 2 comfort mods. You can absolutely use flow here if you want to. I'm about to get bent over, guys. This is not looking good for me. They're surrounding me. He's right behind me, isn't he? We are using combat discipline because I love it with Avenger. Prime sure-footed. We talked about the alternatives for that. We are using Archon Intensify to further boost our ability strength, which will always be up because of evade. And because of combat discipline, giving us self-damage. We are using Crepuscular, which is always up because of evade. Oh my gosh, it's happening. Real quick. Would have been low-key and aura loss if I died while we're looking at the mods. We have stupid duration just for comfort. Like movement speed, it's all for comfort. The only thing that's like the crazy part about this is going to be the evade mixed with the Crepuscular. Combat discipline mixed with the Archon Intensify, which is being procced by evade, and how that interacts back with Avenger. So, I mean, that's a synergy we've used already. This isn't like crazy stuff here, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool mod synergy. If you do want to build range, it is nice. You do not have a channeled ability, so Archon Stretch is a mod that you can absolutely use on this build. Like, if you want to put it right here, just to boost up your ability range of speed. Matter of fact, that's what we're doing for the video, guys. We're gonna go ahead and do that, because we're not gonna be selfish, and we're gonna give speed to our teammates. For everything, guys. Reset the video, run it back. But do whatever you want. There's really no wrong way of playing it. If you want to be selfish, be selfish. If not, here you go. This is going to give you more energy too. And it just feels cool using 2 Archon mods that you're getting use out of. It's nice. Using Amar's Anguish actually has pluses because of its little bonus it has. It's pretty cool. Show what that looks like here. Is it going to work? Yeah, look, I teleport. Kind of awesome. It's like very awesome. And everything's dead. Because Volt's awesome. I love Volt. Wow, guys. The hate Incarnon can kill with influence. Holy moly. Holy. But, yeah. We'll go back over the Evos here. There you go. And one more time with the Quanta build. I would absolutely use Hush here. You're going to have better results than I am in this video. You'll never get shot at. Pretty nice. Is this thing already silent? Hold on. I don't know. Let's look. We don't see it there on the stat card. It is on alarming. Okay, so yeah, you do need to equip that. Dual Torxica. Torxica, I think is how you say it. This is our build for that. Same build we showed off in the second weapons video. Or like the third weapons video. Yeah, and we're using Xenoric just for a little bit more comfortable of a setup with the energy. And yeah, let's go to the gameplay. A lot of this was Yap. I mean, this could even be like a really short video because like Volt is such a simple frame to talk about. He's just buffing stuff, and there's not like crazy synergies between their his abilities. They're just all strong. Whereas like the Corvex video is gonna be, which by the way, I'm on like take 43 of the Corvex video. I've had to get up and attend to several things while in the middle of the video, and like I said, I'm trying to go for fully unedited content. So yeah, we're on like take 43 of that video. So that's why I'm like just trying to get out this Volt video because I'm passionate about Volt. Love this frame, easy to talk about. Can show off my build, what works for me, and I'm excited to hear what works for you guys. Pretty easy to kind of get rolling at the beginning, as you guys just saw. No energy pad, just pop and evade. Pretty easy to keep up evade. As you guys can see, we're already at max duration on evade here, which means we can have some fun with our melee with the most insane attack speed in the game. Look at that. And that's Volt. Okay. Yep, and we're using a pretty weak weapon here. You could absolutely use something stronger than the Quanta Vandal, but this is something that's fun, and we're all about fun weapons on this channel. Not really the strongest weapons, but more fun stuff. And we can absolutely show these things. These things are going to shred. They're nice. Look how bad my aim is, jeez. These are also good for keeping up evade. Can I drop this shield, please? That's weird. Oh, there we go. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like I have really long duration, but like I still sometimes be spamming abilities. It's really nice. You can recast all of his abilities. Like none of them, like you can't recast. So if you kind of just like spam buttons sometimes just because you don't want your abilities to go down. Like that's the thing I hate about Roar, dude. Roar, like the fact that you have to wait for it to end to recast it. Oh my gosh, I never use Roar. I just don't like it, man. There's a couple builds that I've been trying to get used to it. But it's really just generally not my favorite thing ever. It is nice though because it means I don't have to use Banes. What's going on here? Usually you can drop your shield and pick up another one. Am I having like a weird bug or was that just a thing in the sim? Whatever. Doing something wrong. Time for some more melee action. I mean, guys, this is going to be the most simple Warframe video ever. I mean, no crazy interactions here. Not that there aren't things you can do that are really interesting on him. It's just, I don't know. Volt is one of those frames where, like, I think it's best kept simple. I don't know. I mean, this isn't, like, the most simple thing ever. The evade interaction is really cool. And, I mean, if you guys aren't using evade on frames that you had issues surviving on in the past and you think there might be some synergies there, definitely give it a try. We're going to have several builds that are going to showcase great synergies with evade. Like we did in the Lavos video, because I find building HP on frames to not be my favorite thing ever, unless it's like really good on them. Like there's certain frames I will absolutely build build HP on. Like that Excal video. I mean, I'm kind of got HP, invisibility, field gating, invulnerability. I mean, that's why I called it the triple meat Whataburger survivability. We got triple layers. We also got that triple umbral. So yeah. And goodness, do you guys see the headshot damage? A lot. Things are shredding with weapon buffs. And I mean, like, what better frame for buffing than Volt? I mean, goodness, the only thing that could make him better is if his 2 also buffed fire rate, but that'd be too much. He's already good. is already really good, and his Helminth is a fantastic Helminth. The fact that it's the ability that gets Shock Trooper is just great. Honestly, I don't think they could have picked a better ability. Whereas, like, on Corvex, I honestly think they should have done, like, instead of Chirinka Pillar, this Containment Wall, but... Okay. I mean, if we can put Sentience Wrath on other frames, why can't we put on... It's like, I guess, then again, what else would be... Oh, okay. Goodbye. I don't know what just happened there. I didn't even look at his HP. This was supposed to be about the Quanta, but I'm just having so much fun with the Dual Torxica. Dude, it's such a fun weapon. Quanta's really fun too, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I did want to showcase this. Absolutely, just to show it's a great option. It's actually just a great option in general. Does not have to be just on Volt, but any beam weapon with high status chance is going to do really well at high level content. I try to gear all my builds towards high level content, unless it's a frame that just isn't inherently... It's like not their best thing. Like a Naros, per se. Sorry to the Naros lovers out there. Don't mean to break your heart when I say he's not really for high level content, but unfortunately when you're at level cap, he is not really going to do too well with all that armor and HP.
This will help our cause.
But yeah, not that this game's even hard anyway, so, but I just try to make it even easier with these like super duper chill builds. I mean, as you guys have seen, we haven't lost a Vade the entire time. My goodness, I guess it's a Dual Torxica video. But yeah, guys, that's Bolt. Video could have been a lot shorter. I did a lot of round circling there. Like, I don't, what would you call that? I was redundant with a lot of things I said, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I aim to produce more unique videos, but I just kind of wanted to get this out for something for today. Kind of a little exhausted on the Corvex video takes. So, yeah, this was Volt. The Quanta Vandal, I guess, mainly the Dual Torxica. And, I mean, the crazy hate Incarnon. I like, guys, you can literally use any weapon on Volt. You can use any melee, no mods, and put on melee influence, and it's going to annihilate. Which, good news, you can already do that with any melee anyways, but Volt's going to make that even easier. He's a great weapon booster. He's a great melee booster. He's a great, like, speedrun frame. He's good at Eidolons. He's good at ESO. He's just goated, guys. Let's just be honest. Volt is amazing. And yeah, this is my build for kind of endurance content and just kind of for anything now. The build I've been maining the most, but yeah. Later, guys. Oh, wait, before I actually end the recording, I'm like hovering over it. I want to thank you guys again. I didn't like say thank you guys in the last recording, but thank you guys for being so supportive still. Thank you so much for the support too on the Revenant video. I'm glad that satisfied people because I thought it was so awesome. A lot of the interactions on that were super interesting. Really proud of the past two videos with the Atlas interactions and the Revenant interactions. This is a little bit of a cool down off of that, but yeah, we'll be back with more interesting stuff, especially with the Corvex build. He's just a really interesting frame that is misunderstood. So, yeah, and then we got the mag video later this week, and then we got a couple more viewer suggestions that I'm excited to get to. I'm gonna ask you guys like a question. You guys can respond to in the comments if you watched this far. If you did, thank you so much for being engaged and listening and watching. But what other games do you guys like to play? I'd love to hear it. Love to hear what other type of stuff you guys are into. It's actually really interesting seeing like the demographic of where everybody's coming from. I expected to have like mainly a viewer base from the United States, but I'm like getting people from like everywhere. I didn't know how diverse. I guess what would be the word for this? Like I didn't know how big Warframe was like literally everywhere. So it's really cool. I guess it's made in Canada, so I assume it's probably big up there too. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, guys. And yeah, see ya.